hour here on WPSL. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. And if you don't have the links to any of those, head over to our website at fasterpc.com. Right at the top of the page, we have a link that says live technical support. On that page, you can actually tells you how you can get live technical support. If you need help throughout the week, we have the links there. You can actually even schedule your own remote support. You can schedule your own in-shop emergency service. You can schedule your own on-site there as well. Of course, we have our phone number there. We also have a form where you can send us an email. In addition to that, on the right-hand side, it shows various ways that you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support. So you'll be able to actually check that out and see what's going on, and you'll be able to actually be a part of that. So head over there at your convenience. Go to our website at fasterpc.com. And of course, if you want to be on today's show, the website or the phone number is 772-340-1590. Again, 772-340-1590. Remember, when you have computer problems, you need a Faster PC. One of the things that we have been alerting you to is that Microsoft is ending support for Windows 10, and we're really about 4.5 months away from that. So what you want to do, you don't want to wait until the last minute. If you have Windows 10 right now, if you're running Windows 10, you need to get updated. You need to get your system updated. And in most cases, we can update you even remotely. That means you don't have to bring your computer into us. We don't have to come out to you. We can do this remotely, totally remote. We can help you out with this, and we can help you get up to date. Now, there are some computers that just won't do it, or maybe, if you had a 32-bit version of Windows 10, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't go to Windows 11, but it would have to be a clean install, and that's not something we can do remotely. That would require, if you have data that's important. What are we talking about with data? We're talking about pictures. We're talking about documents. We're talking about PDF documents, Word documents, Excel documents, this type of thing. If you have any data that's important to you, well, one of the things we would need to back that up, and then we would need to do a clean install of Windows 11, because there is no 32-bit version of Windows 11, but most people have a 64-bit version of Windows 11, and most people, even if your processor doesn't natively support Windows 11, I'll talk about that more in just a minute, but even if your processor doesn't natively support Windows 11, in most cases, we can still update your computer to Windows 11. Now, if your computer is 25 years old, probably not. It's probably not going to happen. Maybe even if it's 20 years old, it's not going to happen. But a lot of the computers that are out there, we're updating to Windows 11. And, once you get up to Windows 11, you can still get the updates. And the update is free. It doesn't cost you anything. You're only, if you have a Faster PC help you with this, you're paying for the time. By the way, you could try this yourself, but really, if your processor doesn't natively support Windows 11, there are some things that you'll have to do. You'll have to either edit your registry to tell your computer not to actually check the hardware to see if it's compatible. What does that mean, editing the registry? Well, the registry is a hierarchical database of everything you have in the computer, all the software, all the hardware, and editing the registry is something that's potentially dangerous. If you make a mistake in there, it could actually cause problems, and you may not even have your computer where you can even boot. So you do want to protect yourself. Maybe it's probably not the best way to go about it. You could also create your own USB disk, and depending on your own USB media for Windows 11, depending on how you do that, there are ways that you can do that where it automatically avoids or bypasses the hardware check, and then you can actually go in and install Windows 11. In addition to that, there is also a script that you can run, and so So, one of the things that you'll be able to do is, it's some extra steps if you do it yourself. But you know what? You can call a faster PC, 772-878-5978, and we can install that even if you're having an issue. Now, one of the things that we're looking at here with the hardware support, here's the issue. Microsoft actually wants for Windows 11 for your processor to natively support Windows 11. They want the TPM chip to be on the processor. Now, what's the TPM chip? The TPM chip is used for encrypting data on the drive with Microsoft BitLocker. So what's BitLocker? Well, in fact, we even have a video on YouTube entitled What is BitLocker? You can go to our YouTube channel and you can search for that. I'll even include the link after the show's over. I'll include the link to that video in the description below this video on YouTube. But we have what BitLocker is it's hard drive encryption. So if your drive does not have BitLocker or some other type of encryption, and let's say your computer's stolen, or you recycle it and you don't securely erase the drive first or remove the drive and save that, what's going to happen is someone could actually take that computer and they could capture all of your information. What can that be? Well, it could be pictures. Pictures, in most cases, are probably not something that you care about. But, sometimes people do have pictures that they don't want other people to see. Well, in addition to that, you also have documents. Maybe you have your password saved. Maybe you have your tax returns on your computer. Maybe you have sensitive data, driver's license, your date of birth, your social security number. All of that information could be on your computer and it could be accessible. And in fact, if your computer goes to a recycling plant, guess where recycling happens? Happens in India, happens in China. Guess what? Some of those people are actually paid to capture your data. By the way, when you go to, let's say, a doctor's office and they take your license or your social security, if you give them your social security card, I would never do that. Don't ever do that at a doctor's office. Don't ever give them your social security number. They don't need it. You're not applying for a loan or something. You're asking them to look at your heart or to give you a physical or something like that. They don't need your social security number. But anyway, if they take certain documents and they scan them at their big copier, there's a hard drive inside of that that's going to capture that data. And by the way, when those are recycled, that information, a lot of that information is still on there. So it's important to encrypt the data on your drive on your computer to protect it against that type of theft. Well, the BitLocker key, if it's off of the processor, the data is sent to the BitLocker key unencrypted. And with the right tool that only costs about $15 and the right knowledge, it wouldn't be everyone that would have that knowledge, but your data could be encrypted. That's why Microsoft wants the TPM chip to be on the processor. It's safer that way. But even if it's not on the processor, your computer still can be updated to Windows 11 in most cases. And you need to give a faster PC a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978, and we can actually help you. Or go to our website at fasterpc.com, click on Live Technical Support. You can actually schedule your own appointment, and we can actually call you up at your convenience, and we can do this in the comfort of your business or your home. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here, we're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio, this is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. You know, your question doesn't have to be on the topic we've been covering. It could be on any topic. Just give us a call, 772-340-1590, or type your questions into the live videos going on right now at YouTube and Facebook. We have the links to both of those at our website. Go to fasterpc.com. click on the link at the top that says Live Technical Support, where you can not only schedule live technical support, but you can also see the various ways that you can watch live technical support. And we are going to the lines. We do have a caller, and we have Jim on the line. Welcome to A Faster PC Live Technical Support, Jim. How can we help you today?
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Thanks for your info, and thanks for all that you do for us. I've got a password. I'm getting a crosstalk here.
Yeah.
Is
you're going to get that. Just try to ignore that and just keep talking. We can hear you fine.
okay. I've got about 20 years worth of passwords saved on my device, saved probably by one of the programs from Google, their password manager. It really is not doing the job that I need for it to do. It's dropping entries. It's having errors here and there. What do we have if I want to get away from the free program on Google?
Yeah, so really password management is really critical, and it's a key component really that is important for what I would consider basic cybersecurity, that whether you're a residential user or a mega business, it's important to actually keep track of the passwords. And it is difficult to do. It's difficult. What most people do is they're either using the same password on every site, which is dangerous, because if a hacker gets a hold of that password, they're going to try that password on other sites. And some people say, well, I don't have anything worth stealing. But you know what? When your friends start receiving emails saying that you're stuck in some place and need their help, or you're trying to buy a gift for someone and you need their help, can you send them? Can they send you a gift card? And they actually are sending the gift card to the hacker. That even if it's just that's a significant problem that you have there. So or people are using their dog's name or their kid's name, or they're coming up with something that's something they can kind of remember, but if you don't write it down, it's amazing. You can think, hey, I'll remember that, but a day from then, 2 days from then, much less a year from then, you're not going to remember, most likely. Or they write it down on a book and they have things scratched out, a whole bunch of different lines scratched out. We see people using their browsers to save their passwords, and that's what you're referring to, saving your browser. Quite often what we see is people have multiple entries for the same for the same site. They'll have one password, then they'll have another password, then they'll have another password, and so you might even have, we've seen people that have like even 6 different entries for the same site, and obviously probably only one of those work, maybe none of them work, but if any of them work and you ever let a hacker into your computer, within seconds they're going to have that information. So it's really important to secure that and to have a better way of doing that. We actually do have a password management system, and our password management system is very secure. It's so secure that we can't see your passwords. We're the ones that sign you up with it. We can't see your passwords. We can't reset your password to your account without there's a code that's created when the account is created. Without that code, the password can't be reset. The company itself that provides the service can't see your passwords. They also can't reset your password. So it is a very secure system. And with this, it's able to actually take all of the saved usernames and passwords that you have, and as you mentioned, some of them don't work. So, you'll have to go through and figure out which ones work, which ones are accurate, which ones aren't. Delete the ones that don't work. That'll be a little bit of a task, but you also can use this system to actually create with just a click. Really, there's a little picture of a die. You click on that die, and it'll automatically create a complex password, just randomly mixing uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. And you can create that for 12 characters. You can create it for 20 characters, for 30 characters. You can go up to 40, 50, all the way up to 99 characters. Most websites actually don't support that many characters. But if you really wanted to, or maybe something's very secure and you want to have a lot of characters, and the application or the website supports it, you could actually do that. The key thing is this software is able to create these complex passwords that you would never be able to remember. But here's the cool thing. You don't have to. You don't have to remember it. All you have to remember is the password to get into it. It's also protected with what's called MFA. MFA stands, there's a lot of acronyms in computers. We try to explain them all. If we ever miss explaining any of those, just give us a call, 772-340-5090, and say, hey, you know what? Or just type your question into the comment section. Say, you know what? You used a term and I have no idea what it means, but we try to explain what these terms mean. So MFA stands for multi-factor authentication. Sometimes you may also see 2FA or two-factor authentication. And really what it means is that in addition to your username and your password, you also need a code. That code could come by text, which is not as secure. It could come by email, which is also not as secure. Why? Text and emails can be hacked and can be intercepted. Even if they're not hacked, they can be intercepted by hackers. Never send an email thinking that it's not possible for anyone other than the intended recipient to gain a hold of that or to see it. Unless you're encrypting that email, it can be intercepted by a hacker. You also, a text can be intercepted as well. Cell phone conversations can be intercepted. So you want to be very cautious with those types of interestingly enough, by the way, banks quite often will use text or cell phone or email to verify you. Banks aren't as secure as they really need to be. I mean, you're talking about your money. You're talking about, and they have everything that really to unlock whatever you have, however much or little that is. It's probably, a lot of it's probably in a bank, and banks really don't do a good enough job protecting you. But you can get an MFA code through an authenticator app as well. And using an authenticator app, what happens is that authenticator app is going to generate a new code every 30 seconds. So what happens is, in order for a hacker to get a hold of your account, they would have to have your username, which in most cases is an email address. It's probably not too difficult for them to figure that out. But, if they know what your email addresses are, they're probably going to be able to figure that out. So your username, your password. Well, if you're using a real simple password, maybe you're using your dog's name and you post about your dog on Facebook, and you're also using your date of birth, and you have that on Facebook as well. Well, a hacker might be able to figure that out. But unless they have access to your phone that has the authenticator app, or you give someone that authenticator code. We have seen people that have done that. They've gotten a message, are you trying to log in? And they've said yes. And really what's happening is they're giving the hacker access to their account. So, unless you do something like that, your account is safe. A hacker would need your username, your password, and the authenticator code. One of the things that's really cool about this system also, when you go to log in, you first need your username, then you need the MFA code, then you need your password. Why I think that's so cool is that hackers, they do have bots out there, computers that are configured to actually go and try to log in to your accounts. This is why sometimes when you go to log in, we've seen it with AT&T email addresses or Bell South email addresses, which is now owned by AT&T, where you go to log in and all of a sudden you get a message that your account is locked because of invalid logins. Well, that's because hackers are trying to log in. Unless you were trying to log in and you had a problem there, in a lot of cases, it's hackers that are actually trying to log in. And AT&T or Yahoo, because Yahoo provides their email, I'm not really sure which one of them is doing it, but one of them is locking the account so that you can't get in there. Well, what actually happens with this password management system is they'll never get to that unless they have the MFA key. the code. And again, that code changes every 30 seconds. So, you can even write it down. You can even share it with someone. If you share it with someone after 30 seconds, it's no good. That code's not going to be used again. I mean, maybe it'll be used again. It's 6 characters. So there's a possibility that code could come up again, but it's only going to come up for 30 seconds, and then you're going to have a new code every 30 seconds generated. So there's also an add-on to this that actually checks the dark web for your usernames and passwords, sees whether any of your usernames and passwords are on the dark web, whether you're actually using maybe the same password on multiple sites. It'll warn you about that. Or if you're using a simple password, it'll warn you about that as well. And again, if your information's on the dark web, well, you're going to want to know about that so you can actually go out and change those usernames and passwords and protect yourself. One of the best things about this is that it doesn't cost very much to implement, and it is something that really can make your life easier. There's another feature to this that think about logging in on mobile devices, your phone or something like that. There's a period of time before I started using this, I was using complex passwords, but I was using a password protected spreadsheet. Well, unless I have that on my phone, I don't have access to those complex passwords. So what did I do for some of the most sensitive, most important financial data? Well, I used a more simple password, one that I can remember. It was still complex. It was complex by, and really it's not one that probably most people would be able to figure out, but it still was a password that I could remember. And what I'm able to do now is I have the app on my phone. I'm able to log in on my phone without typing my password. I can log in to this app with my thumb, or some phones use your face. Some people use your finger or something like that. I can log in and I can access all of my passwords. Some of the apps, the passwords the app will actually autofill the password into the app. Other ones I have to copy and paste it. But I'm able to use a very secure, high-tech, secure password even on my phone to access bank websites and maybe a brokerage firm or anything else that really has critical information. You want to use a unique complex password for every site. It's really, when I went to this system, I had over 400 saved usernames and passwords in a password protected spreadsheet. So I have this spreadsheet. I had to type a password to get in it. It was a complex password to get in that spreadsheet, but still I had over 400 usernames and passwords. It's impossible for anyone to come up with a unique complex password to over 400 sites and be able to remember them. It's not possible to do. But with this password management system, you don't have to. It's really a great way to actually keep track of your passwords. You can take those sticky notes you have taped to the monitor, you can throw those away. You can take your password that's written on the bottom of your keyboard. By the way, how safe is that? It's not very safe at all. Or those password books where you've written 7 different passwords and crossed them out, and you have another password written that's not your current password. You can throw that away after you get all that into this password management system. You can take your password files or the passwords that are saved in your browser. Once those are imported, you can actually get rid of all of that. You don't have to save that in your computer anymore, and especially in a way that a hacker could actually get to it. This is really one of the key components to really an entry-level cybersecurity system that anyone, including people that are residential, including businesses, can actually implement to protect yourself. You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, This is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. From the founding of our company, a faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a faster PC saves customers money?
A faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftEnd support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says Listen to A Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. Yes, you do, and we're back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. So if you have any of those, 772-340-1590, or type those into the comment section of the live videos, and we'll go over those. Even if we have to extend the show out to over to our website, or on our live stream, we can do that. And Jim is still on the line, so we might have to do that because in this segment, or maybe even in an extended segment, we will be going over the biggest, most critical cybersecurity threats. And Jim is still on the line, so he has another question. Jim, how can we help you today?
Yeah, you've given me the information that I was hoping to get, and I guess the main question I would ask, I'm not a business user, just a personal user.
Yes.
But I do have all my financial information on the device. For the average person, if there is any such thing as an average person, what's the range of costs I would expect to subscribe to a service like this?
Yeah, so the cost for the monthly fee for the basic password management system is $3.75 a month. And there's also BreachWatch, which is an add-on. You don't have to use BreachWatch, but that's the component of it that actually checks the dark web and warns you if your usernames and passwords are on the dark web, and also warns you if you're using the same password on multiple sites or if you're using passwords that are easily hackable. That portion is an additional $1.67. Now there's some time to set it up, and we do have some of our clients are managed services clients, and if the client is a managed services client, it's covered under that managed plan. If not, the clients just pay for the time. Some of our clients, when they switch over to this, if they're not managed clients, they become managed clients because it is a little bit. It can take anywhere from a half hour to 2 hours to set up, depending on how quickly you can grasp the topics and the concepts. Also, sometimes there's some reminders that are needed. It's a new system, a new way of doing things. You might need a refresher, or you might need to call up and say, hey, I forgot how to log into this. How do I get into it again? And we can actually go over that. That doesn't take as long to do that. But that's really what you're looking at. There is some learning to it, and I know learning can be challenging, but it's also important. Especially when you get older, it's important to challenge yourself to learn. We do have some customers that say, hey, you know what, I really don't want to learn right now. But one of those customers that told me that, we've taught him some things about this software. He has the software, and he just didn't really want to learn. And then one of his friends got taken for like $75,000. The hackers cleaned out his bank account. And he said, I'm going to need to take this a little bit more seriously. And we recently did a session with him just to remind him how to use it and to, set up some secure passwords on his site. So it's really not very expensive. It is something that is affordable.
You got it. And spending 2 hours trying to sign into a website, and it's fighting you every step of the way, that becomes a pretty cheap item. Well, I think I have what I need. I thank you for being there, and I thank you for all the free information.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome, Jim. And thank you very much. And definitely give us a call, 772-878-5978, if you want to implement what we have talked about today. And what we're going to do now, every single week, we go over the biggest cybersecurity threats. And these are really the most critical that we're seeing in the wild. These are things that really, what you're seeing out there, there are some big threats. If you're not taking precaution, you're a sitting duck for these threats. We've been talking about password management, and really one of the top threat right now, 184 million credentials were leaked in public databases. There's also a ConnectWise is confirming an attack affecting MSPs or managed services clients. There's a OneDrive file picker that is found to give apps full access to drives. That's your data on OneDrive. The FBI has a warning to law firms. There's an AI tool being used to spread info stealers. there's there's a threat attacking ASUS routers that are being targeted with SSH backdoors, and there's a fake payroll portal leading to paychecks being sent to hackers. So we're going to go over all of these. We're going to dive into them, show you really what, and talk more about them, and also talk about what steps you need to take to actually protect yourself. So there's 184 million credentials that have been leaked in a public database. So there's a massive data breach that exposed over 184 million login credentials, including email addresses and passwords linked to major platforms such as Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and others. Researchers discovered the unencrypted and publicly accessible database. You don't even have to go to the dark web for this. It's publicly accessible, which also contains sensitive information from banking institutions, healthcare providers, and government portals. The data was likely collected through InfoStealer malware, a type of malicious software designed to harvest sensitive information from infected systems. Users are strongly advised to change their passwords immediately, especially if they reuse them across multiple accounts, and to enable two-factor or multi-factor authentication to enhance account security. Additionally, users should regularly review and delete sensitive information stored in their email accounts to minimize potential risks. ConnectWise is confirming an attack affecting managed service providers. That's IT firms. ConnectWise, the company behind the widely used remote access tool Screen Connect, has confirmed it was the target of a cyber attack. While the company stated that only a very small number of customers were directly affected, the incident has raised concerns given the software's use by many managed service providers. In response, ConnectWise launched a bug bounty program to proactively identify and fix vulnerabilities in its products. This breach follows previous security vulnerabilities around RMM, or remote management and monitoring tools, further emphasizing the need for managed service providers to audit and secure remote access platforms. That's one of the things we do here at A Faster PC. OneDrive File Picker found to give apps full access to drives. Cybersecurity researchers discovered that OneDrive's File Picker grants third-party apps full read and write access to a user's entire OneDrive, even if the user selects only one file. This is due to overly broad OAuth permissions that don't limit access to specific files or folders. Older versions of the File Picker also stored sensitive access tokens insecurely, increasing the risk of misuse. While Microsoft acknowledges the issue, they stated that File Picker is working as intended. In other words, we're not going to fix it. Researchers warned that hundreds of apps using the tool could potentially expose millions of user data. It's important that you protect yourself against this. The FBI has a warning to law firms. It has issued a warning about the Silent Ransom Group, SRG, also known as Lunamoth or Chatty Spider, which is actively targeting U.S. law firms through sophisticated social engineering attacks. The SRG initiates attacks by sending phishing emails disguised as subscriber notices, prompting recipients to call a provided number. During the call, attackers impersonate IT staff and instruct victims to install remote access tools, granting the attacker access to sensitive data. The FBI advises organizations to train employees to recognize phishing attempts, establish clear IT communication protocols, enable multi-factor authentication, and regularly back up data to mitigate such threats. There's an AI tool that's being used to spread info stealers. Cyber criminals the cyber criminal group UNC 6032 is running a widespread malware campaign by promoting fake AI video tools through ads on Facebook and LinkedIn. These ads mimic popular platforms like Luma AI and Canva Dreamlabs, luring users to download a zip file containing the Starkvale malware dropper. Once executed, Starkvale installs additional malware components, Grimple, Xworm, and Fortrif, that can steal credentials, log keystrokes, and scan for digital wallets. According to Mandiant, these malicious ads have reached over 2 million users since November 2024, with new ads and domains being created daily to evade detection. ASUS routers are being targeted with SSH backdoor. A newly identified botnet named AYYSS Hush has compromised over 7,000 ASUS routers by installing a persistent SSH backdoor. Attackers exploit an old command injection vulnerability to add their own SSH keys and enable the SSH service on a non-standard port, allowing continued access even after firmware updates. The campaigns employ stealthy tactics such as disabling logging and security features to avoid detection. ASUS has released security updates to address the flaw, but users are advised to check for unauthorized SSH keys and perform a factory reset if compromise is suspected. There's a fake payroll portal that's leading to paychecks being sent to hackers. Criminals are targeting employees searching for their company's payroll portals on Google by using SEO or search engine optimization poisoning to promote fake login pages. These deceptive sites, often appearing as sponsored links, redirect users, especially on mobile devices, to phishing pages that mimic Microsoft login portals. Once credentials are entered, attackers quickly access payroll systems to change direct deposit details, rerouting salaries to their own accounts. The campaigns leverage compromised home routers and mobile networks to mask malicious traffic, make detection difficult. Users are advised to bookmark official payroll portals and remain cautious when accessing such services being via search engines. So these are the biggest threats out there. I know this is a lot, and really you might say, hey, I don't even know if this applies to me. Well, if you need help sorting all this out, give us a call, 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Or head over to our website, fasterpc.com. We have links on our website where you can actually schedule a free discovery call where we can actually discuss how a faster PC can help protect your company. In addition, we also have a free report available. You can actually check that out at fasterpc.com. We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to share it with your friends, head over to our website, fasterpc.com, and look at the top of the page. Right in the middle, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can actually request live technical support from a Faster PC's technicians. On the right-hand side, you'll see how you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, including on the radio, on the TuneIn app, on your Alexa or Google speakers, and on our podcast, as well as links to both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see the show. We also have links to our YouTube channel's video page where you can watch individual segments, and then also our shorts page where you can watch little snippets of a faster PC live technical support. We will be closed Monday for Memorial Day. I want to encourage you to take time to remember those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that you and I and our children can enjoy freedom. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. If you have any computer questions for next week's show, you can type those into the comment section of our live videos over at YouTube and Facebook. Again, you can get the links to both of those by clicking on the live technical support button at our website, the top middle, and you can request live technical support on that page as well. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
Before God created civil government, he created family. Before he created even the church, God created family. Families play a vital role in training the next generation. Commit today to nurturing and supporting families, especially your own. Families that are committed to God and each other can play a vital role in transforming our churches, cities, states, and nation.
WPSL